we like to push these responsibilities. And sometimes I believe that some of the responsibilities, they have to come to us. And we need to make sure that we love ourselves enough to check if something is correct and it's good. Online, I've shared one of the videos about Spaza shops, the Maile one. Lebogang Maile was talking about Spaza shops after the question was asked. And then also there is Mbalula one. I want to play that one so that you can hear what he actually said about Spaza shops.
Contaminated food that's killing our children.
We are going to intervene in a big way with regard to Spaza shops issue. We are in charge. We are a government. Where we are in charge, there must be laws that must be respected and that they must be enforced. Otherwise, if the state is weak in terms of the rule of law, the masses will take the law in their hands. We need to work with the police, using the laws of the country to ensure that we deal with this challenge. It's a law enforcement part, the question of the Spazas, on the other hand. But on the other hand, it's a bigger challenge of business, them being supported on the ground. I come from Botshabelo, my township. When I go there, I see majority of the Spaza shops, small shops that were there, have disappeared. And then most of them are in the hands of foreigners. And then these foreigners are accused of selling cheaper goods to our people, but at the same time, some are poisonous. It's a problem. It's a problem because then it means, where do they order this food that they sell to our people at a cheaper rate? The wholesale arrangement in the Republic, how is it manifesting itself? So, as a party, as the ANC, we must be at the helm of those struggles. At the headquarters, I will be convening the cluster of ministers to give answers to this, to work with our provinces. We can't lament when we're in power and complain with the rest of society. As government, we must give leadership in relation to this matter, and it's quite urgent and important. And we must not be ad hoc about it. You know, it must not be like the tap and the leaves way. We open it when there is a crisis and then we close it when the noise dies. We must be consistent in terms of regulating Spaza shop set up in our country. And that must be durable. From the point of view of the ANC, we will mobilize society behind action that is taken by government. And that is what is important, and that's what we're going to do. And very soon, in the next coming weeks, we will announce not our plans, action plan for all South Africa townships must respond to this question of the Spazas. It's very important. And that's what it means by ANC providing leadership to society. It means we must lead around issues that affect our people, positive and negative. Mobilize the churches and everyone else around a common program of action for common good of our nation. So we are going to ensure that we rally society behind actions that, in terms of the law, regulated by government, but over and above that, action that ensures that those that are illegal, we close them down. Simple as that. And that's what is important. Thank you very much.
Now, I want to say, guys, that when it comes to Spaza shops, I don't even want to lie to you. From my side, there is nothing that is fulfilling and nothing that is actually makes me feel good, feel fulfilled when you go to a Spaza shop and you go and buy and you find that that Spaza shop is owned by your South African. Okay. Now that means the people that are owning are South African people. Okay. It is so fulfilling. And I am speaking like this because I have experienced that. Some of us, we come from where actually there was still Spaza shops and also supermarkets that were owned by South Africans. It was fulfilling. It was awesome. It was great. Okay. Now, the reason why it was great is because even though you are not 100% sure if the person will be thinking for the people, but at least you know that 98%, chance of them thinking for you than thinking for themselves. That means when it comes to food, when it comes to whether the food is expired or not, than a person who comes from outside. I don't think they would. I saw some videos where people are making cold drink and they are doing this thing of country, and I don't blame them because they don't care. They are trying to make money. I'm not blaming them because obviously you can't expect somebody who is from somewhere to think for you. But if it's a South African, at least you have that trust, you have that confidence of saying, at least I'm buying from someone who might, okay, not like 200% sure, but who might think for you. Okay, it is so fulfilling, it is so amazing, it is so great, to be honest with you guys, to experience that, because some of us, we have experienced that. We've been in supermarkets that were owned by South Africans, tuck shops that were owned by South Africans, and all of it, and it was amazing. Okay, and and unfortunately, when these tuck shops and supermarkets were taken over, there was nothing that one would do, because I think what happened was, the tuck shops, the supermarkets, they were not actually inherited. And I will repeat this point. They were not inherited. Okay, that means if there is a supermarket, there is a tuck shop in a certain family, they didn't plan on who is going to take over, if maybe the father maybe passed on or anything. And also, even if there is somebody who's going to take over, is that person going to be able to sustain it? And I think I've seen, where I come from, actually there was a supermarket, there was also a supermarket and a tuck shop, a Spaza shop, and I think all of them, they were actually taken away. Okay, the reason was they were not able to sustain them. One of the supermarkets, actually, I knew it very well. I actually thought that the guy, the son of the father, was going to take over it and actually run it and actually not die. But unfortunately, I think the guy decided to do other things, and then it died. And then I think the other guys, they bought it, and then it was occupied, okay, by non-South Africans. Now, when it comes to foreign nationals, guys, we all agree that this is not about the legal foreigners. This is about illegal foreign nationals. The problem I have, guys, is the following. You come to a country, and then when you come to a country, and when you are here illegally, when people approach you and say, why are you here illegally? And then you tell us that, no, I tried to apply, it is a struggle, it is difficult, blah, blah, blah. And then you have people who are South Africans, who are trying to apply for an ID, and then they struggle to get their ID, right? And then they follow the process, they keep on waiting patiently, so which sometimes it takes long. And I'm speaking from experience. There was one of the guys that I know that actually had a problem of that. He didn't have an ID for years. That is why even when he got his ID, he didn't go and vote, because he was still a bit shaky. He was like, I'm not voting for people who give me a struggle like that. Okay. And then you have South Africans who are struggling with IDs. Okay, at the time, I don't know now, but at the time they were struggling with it. And then you've got people who are from outside who are applying for things that will make them to stay here. And then because of the process is long, it takes long. Sometimes it fails. Sometimes you don't receive it. Sometimes they give you a runaround, and then you decide to do it illegally. It's a problem. You cannot say that. Right? You need to follow the process until you are okay. That's why I was very happy when I was hearing Malema when he was interviewed at the SAPC. He actually made it very clear that, listen, guys, the people that need to go home are illegal people. Even though they will go home, if they want to come back, they can come back, but they must come back through the law. Simple as that. That's all we are asking for. But when it comes to Spaza shops, there is nothing that makes me bleed like Spaza shops. Spaza shops are the things, those things I wish they can come back to us. I wish they can come back to South Africans so that we can actually run them. I know you will say to us, yeah, they will start making food expensive. For me, it doesn't even matter if the food is expensive. I would rather have food maybe that is not that expensive, obviously, but food that is going to be a quality for myself, for my kids, for everybody else, to be sold, and maybe try by all means that maybe I always buy, that food, because I know that food, it is actually okay food in terms of expiring dates. And some of us, we expect people from outside to think for us. That means we expect them to do things correctly while they are not coming from here. You know, guys, for example, this thing of checking food, when you go to a shop, trust me, guys, when I go to a shop, I don't care whether it's a South African shop, whether it's Spar, whether it's Woolworths, whether it's it's Spar, Woolworths, ShopRite, anything like that. It doesn't even matter, Spaza shop, whatever it is, okay? I make sure that I check the expiring date, especially if it's bread and also these tins, food, these beans and stuff. I check the expiring dates, okay? And also anything that might end up being rotten or anything, I do check expiring date. I don't wait for somebody to tell me. I do that every time, every day. I don't play around. When I go for bread at Spar or at Woolworths or anywhere, I check, because I don't trust any person. Okay? I don't trust any person, because the officials who have to do inspections, they don't do inspections every time. They might even do it maybe after 2 months. So it becomes my responsibility for me to check the food, because I'm the one who's buying there every time. Every day I go there, yeah, I'm the one who goes there. The officials are not there. When they come back, all right, it is too late. When they find out there is expiring and you've been eating because you are not checking, it becomes a problem. Sometimes we like to push this. These responsibilities, and we need to make sure that we love ourselves enough to check if something is correct and it's good. And also there is this thing. There was a video I saw. They were talking about there was a guy who was talking about foreign nationals, that if South Africa can decide to take all foreign nationals, all of them, remove them from South Africa and send them back home, South African economy is going to suffer, or it's going to collapse. I think he used the word collapse, right? I don't like this thing of when we want to take our stand, and then people use some manipulative words, some manipulative statements. They make us to be afraid. Yeah, if these black parties come together, and then the economy will collapse. Yeah, if these foreigners can decide to leave South Africa, then the economy will collapse. Guys, come on, we cannot live like that. We cannot live like it. There is no country in the world that will allow you to do whatever you want just because of their economy will collapse if you leave. If you are not following the law in those countries, you are gone. They don't even negotiate with you. They will tell you, you leave, you go. They don't care if you own a business, you leave. But here, people want us to just accept things. Let's talk about this thing, because it seems like it's not going away, especially with the Spaza shops. For me, I don't have a problem with a foreign national in a Spaza shop who is legal and also who's following the law when it comes to his shop. This thing of stock, you will see them stocking. They will stock, and you will get to the shop, you see up there, it's just things that are dirty, dusty. The next thing, they take those things, put them on the shelves, and then we are quiet, we are sitting there. And then the only thing we say is like, yeah, guys, these people are helping us. And helping you, really? Are you serious helping you? They are really helping you. Okay? At home, when I am at home, I told them that I will never buy there. Why? I have the mall, it's a bit far. I walk. I go to the mall and buy bread. And I make sure that when I go, I buy. And I make sure that when I buy, I check. Doesn't matter what it is. I check, even at the mall, whatever, ShopRite, I check. Okay, because also them, these big shops, sometimes they do make mistakes. They do sell things that are expired. I do check. It's not like I am biased in terms of because it's a Woolworths, because it's a Spar, because it's a ShopRite. No, I check everything every day because this is about me. It's about my life. When I walk to a shop, it's me who's walking. Nobody's telling you to walk there. All right. So I have to check myself. Right. For me, as I said already, I think when it comes to Spaza shops, it's one of the things that made me to be thinking like, ish, we've missed a very great opportunity. And on the other hand, I don't blame people maybe for selling their Spazas, for selling their supermarket, because it was getting actually difficult when it comes to running a business in South Africa, especially when the economy began to be shaky. A lot of people decided, you know what, this is a good offer, you can take it. And then people just left and just took their businesses and gave it away, and people started to run them, and all of that. So and also I think when it comes to the process of maybe applying for asylum, applying for papers, maybe to be in South Africa to work or anything like that from for foreign national side. Listen, guys, every person who stays in South Africa, especially in the 80s, in the 80s, 90s, I think 90s, 2000, whatever. Any person who stays in South Africa who was applying for an IT, in most cases, you will find that some people, they will experience some problems where when it comes to applying an IT, they will not get it quicker. It's either they will make them to run pole to post, west to south, south to west, and everything, and maybe not get it in time. Okay, they will struggle with the process, right? As South Africans applying for an ID. Now, I will have a problem if somebody who comes from outside, they say, when I ask them to say, you don't have papers, my guy, why are you operating? Or you don't have papers, why are you here? And then a person will say, yeah, I tried to do it. The process is heavy. The process is difficult. Sometimes they give me problems and all of that. So that is why. Then you decide to do things illegally. I have a problem with a person who does that, because now when I apply for an IT, I struggle, right? And I wait patiently until I get it. And by not having an IT, it's a problem, because I want to do things, but I can't because I don't have it. And then you come here, and when you get here, the only thing you think of is, okay, I've tried the process. I'm not going to be patient. I will just take whatever. I will just come in and just operate and do whatever I want. And when we ask you, you are telling us about the process. We faced the same process. It was bad for all of us. All right. We were trying to do things quick and easy. It was not happening. And you want to do things illegally here. No, I'm sorry, guys, but I think also we have to say something. We are tired of people speaking for us. Tired of people speaking for us here and telling us, I am going to talk to you, especially now that they're talking about these tuck shops and spaza shops. We have to say something. For me, it pains me to see these spaza shops being occupied, being taken away. And I don't blame them, they are foreigners. People decided to sell. That's okay. That's fine. That's good. That is great. But it can be very nice if we can get them back. I don't know who's going to, but I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tell me, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? If you were given a chance to say, listen, we want to give you a spaza shop. We want you to operate it. Okay, no, not operate it, but we want you to, we will help you. We'll put stock there. Maybe, let's say the government, they decide maybe to help and say, now this tuck shop is no longer there for foreigner that was selling here in this Spaza is gone. Okay, he's going to apply and do whatever. So we want to put you here. Would you take it? We will help you. We'll assist you. Put some grocery there, and then you can start selling. And then you make sure that you keep the Spaza shop, or you keep the tuck shop, or you keep the supermarket. Do you think you can do it? South Africans, I wonder that if these spaza shops, they come back to us, I don't know if we will be able to handle it. I am just, so sometimes I get scared when, we want things, and then when we have them, the problem is then we mess them up. That's the problem. Sometimes we mess things up sometimes. Not always, but sometimes we mess them up. We get an opportunity, we mess them up. We get an opportunity we mess them up. Okay, not everybody, but I'm just saying, I'm just afraid that if we get that opportunity of these Spaza shops and supermarket being occupied by our people, we might mess them we might mess them. And I'm asking myself that I actually in the past what was happening with Spaza shops, it was like if you've got a Spaza or a supermarket, they used to come in and actually break in the totsis, the thugs, they will come and break in. I think we used to actually suffer from that. People, they used to begeza, they used to steal things in the shop and everything. And also, I think that was one of the things that was playing a role in South Africa when it comes to supermarkets and Spaza shops. Remember that when you have a supermarket in South Africa at that time, 90s, 2000s, and everything, what would happen would you would not sleep at the shop. You will not sleep at the supermarket, at the Spaza shop. You will go home and think that it's protected. But in the morning, gone, everything gone. People have stolen. It is broken. You have to start afresh again. Okay. Now I've actually heard that some of these foreign nationals, when it comes to these supermarkets, not supermarkets, Spaza shops, they actually sleep there. That is why it's not easy to go and actually ganga. But now you can't have a business, go home and sleep and come back to your business because of crime. That is why I always say the first thing we need to deal with is crime. Because even if you can start a business, it's a problem. Even if you can start a business, Spaza shop, whatever, it's a problem because they will guys. This crime thing has to be dealt with it first, and deal with it decisively and strictly so, without any hesitation. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, share the video. You can do the do's, you can comment if you want to comment. It's up to you. Thank you for watching. You have a good and a fantastic day. Sharp.